Published 10:15 EDT, the 9th of September 2017. Updated 10:46 EDT, the 9th of September 2017. Manchester City filled their boots against Liverpool, making the most of a first-half red card to put 5 past their Premier League rivals. Sergio Aguero gave City the lead on 25 minutes, running onto a sublime Kevin De Bruyne through ball before rounding Simon Mignolet. Sadio Mane was sent off 12 minutes late after colliding with City goalkeeper Ederson, who was taken off injured and replaced by Claudio Bravo. City then went on to score 4 more, 2 from Gabriel Jesus and 2 from substitute Leroy Sane, to run out 50 winners at the Etihad. Sportsmails BEN NAGLE runs the rule over who starred and who struggled in the lunchtime kickoff. Kevin De Bruyne right was impressive as Manchester City ran riot against Liverpool. Manchester City 352, Ederson 7, fairly untroubled until his injury just before half-time. Made a couple of simple saves and looked solid until a boot to the face from Sadio Mane ended his afternoon prematurely. Danilo 7 attempted the most passes of any player on the pitch, 115, but didn't have an awful lot of defensive work to do after the red card. Solid nonetheless. John Stones 6 finished the game with 97% pass accuracy, and did his job when called upon. Looked shaky during Liverpool's early spell of pressing, though Nicolas Otamendi 5 endured a torrid start to proceedings, picking up a yellow card within minutes. From there he was on the back foot as Salah put him through his paces in the first half. Didn't have much to do when City began to take control of the game, but whether he is good enough to stay there for the whole season remains to be seen. Nicolas Otamendi was booked for bringing down Mohamed Salah after only 6 minutes. Kyle Walker 6.5 will have harder games this season, but he pushed forward well and offered plenty to City in defence and attack. Yet to prove he is worth the £50 million City paid for him, but an efficient start. David Silva 7 won't hit the headlines as he didn't score or assist, but Silva was always there and plenty of the attacking threat starts with him. Huge influence on City's play, and a vital cog in Guardiola's machine. Benjamin Mendy 7, a tentative first half, but he grew into the game and was a real attacking threat when City were on top in the second half. Not quite shown his Monaco prowess yet, but it's coming. Left-back Benjamin Mendy grew into the game and is getting better as the weeks progress. Fernandinho 7 helped to expose Liverpool's defensive frailties. Solid performance, linking well with his teammates from the first whistle to the last. Kevin De Bruyne 8.5 assisted City's first and second goals, and was excellent throughout. One of the best players the Premier League has to offer, and he showed that on Saturday. Man of the match, Sergio Aguero 8. Some confusion surrounding his future at City, but he showed that he can play alongside Gabriel Jesus. Brilliant and unselfish throughout the game, offering a lot and deservedly scoring the first goal. Sergio Aguero gave Manchester City the lead with a composed finish after 25 minutes. Gabriel Jesus 7.5, 2 goals, and his start to life in English football has proven that he will only get better. Great energy throughout. HES an exciting player. Subs Leroy Sane 57 for Jesus 8 stake to claim for a starting position next week after his excellent performance off the bench. Only played for half an hour, but scored 2 excellent goals and didn't look out of place from the minute he entered the fray. Leroy Sane came off the bench to score 2 excellent goals, showing what City were missing. Joaquim Mangala 71 for Otamendi 6 dealt with the game well when he came on, but worth noting that there was absolutely zero pressure placed on his shoulders. Liverpool 433, Simon Mignolet 7. In all honesty, he couldn't do an awful lot about many of the goals. No glaring errors, just an inept defense in front of him. If anything, Klopp has lined him up for a fall. Trent Alexander-Arnold 5.5 Clearly a talented young defender, but he looked out of his depth at times. A few nervy moments throughout. Reds fans will be praying for Nathaniel Clyne's return. Trent Alexander-Arnold looked out of his depth in the Liverpool backline at the Etihad. Joel Matip 5 Matip will need a better partner alongside him if Liverpool are to achieve any of their goals this season. The defender had a poor game on Saturday. In the second half in particular, Ragnar Klavan 5.5 shoved in the firing line with very little game time of late. Looked nervy throughout and couldn't deal with City's attacking threat. Alberto Moreno 6 The best of the Liverpool backline, although that isn't saying a lot. Could still learn plenty from his opposite number Mendy. Alberto Moreno performed better than his defensive colleagues, but that isn't saying much. Emre Can 6.5 Henderson and Wijnaldum combined for one successful tackle against Manchester City. For a so-called combative central midfielder, that isn't good enough. On the ball though, he showed more than plenty of his teammates. Jordan Henderson 6 On a day when Liverpool's team fell apart, they needed more from their captain. Quiet and lacking in any threat. A day to forget. Jorginho Wijnaldum 5.5 seems to struggle away from Anfield. Didn't deal well with City's threat, and it was one of those games where Liverpool will have been crying out for Philippe Coutinho. Liverpool needed the captain to step up on Saturday, but he was almost anonymous. Mohamed Salah 7 easily had the beating of Otamendi in the first half, making him look silly on a number of occasions. He died when the second goal hit the back of the net, not getting many more opportunities to show off his attacking flair. Roberto Firmino 6 He was replaced by Dominic Solanke. That's about it. Sadio Mane 5 Looked good until, well, that happened. A high foot saw him get in the showers early, a tackle that eventually saw his team lose 50. Has to take a large portion of the blame for that. Unfortunately, Sadio Mane was sent off after his foot hit City goalkeeper Ederson in the face on 37 minutes. James Milner 59 for Wijnaldum 6, but when he came on, and never really got started. Essentially joined a sinking ship with the game already complete. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain 45 for Mohamed Salah 6 lost 40 in his last game, and 50 in this game. Not the best start to his Liverpool career. Didn't offer anything to change the game when he was introduced. Dominic Solanke 67 for Roberto Firmino 6 Good for him to come on when the pace had slowed, giving him an opportunity to find his feet in the Premier League. Unfortunately, HES still looking